Hello, 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 my beauties. What is good? What is good in your life? Today, I'm going to be talking about something that is very, very near and dear to me. I say that about all my videos because it's true. And this one in particular, I am obsessed with. I have been an avid reader for most of my life. I was fortunate enough to have both my parents be avid readers. So my dad always read the paper. On Sunday and Saturdays, he was always behind the paper for the majority of the first 6, 7 hours of the day. And my mom was an avid reader. She read books, magazines, anything, and newspapers included. So I had that example. And being a teacher for so many years, an English teacher specifically, I did my best to impress upon my students the importance of reading. So today I want to talk about 5 books that are must reads if you are attempting to increase your wisdom. Now, what is wisdom? Wisdom is just knowledge that you apply. So if you are gaining knowledge through experiences and you are not applying the knowledge that you are gaining, you are just kind of spinning your wheels. You can't have one without the other. You have to be aware that you're having an issue, seek the knowledge, have the courage to seek the knowledge, and then apply that and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until you figure out a way to make it make sense for you. So what makes the knowledge that I incorporate in my life to therefore have me gain wisdom is going to be completely different for my experience than it is going to be for your experience. But I would highly, highly, highly recommend anyone who does not enjoy reading, please get knowledge from somewhere. Listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts. We have so much a variety of ways that we can gain knowledge to have wisdom. It's just about finding your medium. And these 5 books in particular, anybody can read them. And if you apply what they're saying, principles and the lessons of what they're saying in your life, there is no doubt that you will become a more wise person. So, the first one is Marianne Williamson's The Law of Divine Compensation. Now, I love this book. I think I have maybe 3 copies of this book. I love this book. I love Marianne Williamson. She was one of the leaders, spiritual leaders, that I attached myself to many years ago on my healing journey. And a lot of people would point to her book, A Return to Love. And I love that book. That is a wonderful book. But this book in particular, The Law of Divine Compensation, is so necessary because this is America. And unfortunately, people don't really respect what they don't have to pay for, or they don't respect the things that they don't feel are worthy or valuable. That's just what it is. These are just the foundation of which this country was built on. So, but we are all worthy. We all have value. We all have skills. So the law of divine compensation basically says that whatever is yours is yours. It's nobody else's. By you being here means that it is for you. And a lot of people exist in such a scarcity mindset, and it is drilled into us at such a young age without us even knowing it. By the time we grow up, we have such a weird and like, it's hard to describe, just a otherworldly relationship with money, when money is just a tool, just like anything else, just like this computer in front of me, just like a pen that I write with. It's just a tool. It has no meaning unless we give it meaning. And whatever is supposed to be yours will be yours. So, for example, years ago, I remember I was in Santa Monica. My boyfriend and I love to go to Santa Monica because it was like the swanky place to go. So we would go to this outdoor mall all the time. And we were there shopping, and this woman approached me and she said, "Have you ever been a model?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, you should contact me." She gave me her business card, and I was really excited about it. I told my boyfriend at the time, and he was a little jealous. I could tell that he was not really comfortable with it, so I did not go to the meeting. But in the back of my mind, I really felt like I needed to go to that meeting. So I did, but it wasn't until weeks and weeks later. And by that time, she had forgotten who I was. So I'm saying that story to highlight that I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, but it would not surprise me if that opportunity came around to me again, just because that is the way the universe works. We are on a sphere. Literally, the globe is a circle, and everything is moving from one point to the other. And it's just about you being in a position in your mind, you being in a position in your heart to be able to receive the things that are for you. So this book is wonderful, and I love the kind of books that I can just flip through, land on a page, and just pick something to read. It says, "You are not asking that a force outside of you magically change external circumstances. You are asking that a divine guide within change the nature of your thoughts." So just that one little gem has the ability to change your life, make you more wise, make you more knowledgeable, and really understand that you are worthy. You are worthy of being compensated financially. You are worthy of being valued, whether that is monetary value. So this book, cannot recommend it more. So the next book is a book that I've been talking a lot about in my last couple of videos. This book, Trust, by Iyanla Vanzant. This is another book that I came across pretty early on into my healing journey, and it really did awaken me. Part of the thing that enables us to, part of the idea that keeps us from not feeling worthy is because we simply don't trust ourselves. We don't trust the world around us. We don't trust other people. We don't trust situations. But why is that? That is programmed into us. As a teacher, especially as teacher of young kids, there would be things that you would see these kids do, and everybody's had these experiences where the kid is in the playground on the jungle gym and jumping from the highest point, not even concerned that it could break its neck, it could break its leg, she could break anything could happen. They are just so in faith, they walk with so much trust that they are going to be okay, that they just do anything. And along the way, that is conditioned out of us. It's conditioned with us not feeling worthy. It's conditioned with us not feeling valuable, us not knowing our innate skill set that we have. We all have something unique to bring to the table, and that cannot be compromised only by ourselves. We are the only ones who can betray that innate power. So trust, we all need to work on that more, because we are all bombarded with so much information that it really does cloud our own sense of alignment, because we have so many things. It's like static on a radio. If you're trying to find the dial, if you tune it a little to the left, it's too staticky. Tune it a little to the right, you have to be perfectly aligned in order to receive those messages. So trust, that's the next one. So I love to read memoirs. I love to read historical fiction. I love to read basically nonfiction. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I never read any of those books. Nothing against the people who that's their jam. I got a little into science fiction here and there. I would dibble and dabble, but for the most part, I stick to nonfiction because I'm really intentional with my spiritual growth. And this book, Wrapped in Rainbows, about Zora Neale Hurston, who is someone that I look up to for her writing, is just such an incredible story of resilience. It is sad. If you've never heard of Zora Neale Hurston, she's probably most famous for Their Eyes Were Watching God. It's a book that they turned into a play. But she was or is considered to be the woman who started the Harlem Renaissance in the 30s. So this is a wonderful, wonderful read. It's historical. It is sad. You know, this woman who dedicated her whole life to the discovering the folklore of African Americans, of Black folks here in this country. But since she was a woman, and since it was soon after the turn of the century, it came with so many struggles. And she unfortunately was didn't receive her fair due in her lifetime. Now, people appreciate her and appreciate her work, but during her lifetime, unfortunately, she was not appreciated for her gifts. And it is just incredible what she endured. And this is such a story of courage and hope. And, we tend to really get stuck in the chaos of our minds and our situations. But, I really often think about what my life would have been like had I been born 50 years prior to me being born, 100 years prior, 200 years prior. I don't think any one of us would switch places with someone born in our grandfathers, when our grandfathers were born, someone born where our grandmothers were born, our great-grandmothers. Life was hard. Life was very hard. And I think that's part of the problem of our society now. We are far too comfortable. We have so many comforts available to us. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent. So this book, Wrapped in Rainbows, I cannot recommend it enough. It is a thick book. It's going to take you a while to read. It's going to, you're going to have to commit to it, but it is a phenomenal read. Cannot recommend it enough. I've read it from cover to cover twice, and I will probably read it again, guaranteed. The next one, so this is specifically for women. This book I just recently read, and I'm not sure, I was doing research on the internet about how to heal myself, holistically, naturally. And there was a woman who came across my feed, and there had been all this talk about intermittent fasting and how, we all need to incorporate that into our lifestyle. And that's how I was exposed to Dr. Mindy Pelz. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Fast Like a Girl. This book really changed the way that I look at my hormone cycle. We as women we have so many of the diseases that our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers never had to endure because of the food that we eat, because of everything that we are exposed to. And we are out of balance with our natural rhythm of life. Back in the day, people were up when the sun came up and they went to sleep when the sun went down. Now people are up all hours of the day. We're eating at all hours of the night, or all hours whenever we eat. We are exposed to this unnatural lighting of this technology at all hours. We were not programmed. We were not designed to live this way. We are out of balance. So to that end, Dr. Mindy suggests that women incorporate fasting as a part of their lifestyle to reset ourselves. Every single one of us has the ability to heal ourselves, not just our mind, not just our spirit, but our physiological makeup. We have the capacity to heal ourselves, but we have to give ourselves a time to do it. How do you give yourself time? You literally just don't put anything else into the machine. You just let it marinate. You let the cells take care of themselves, because they will, because that's their natural order. But that's, again, another thing that we are addicted to. We're addicted to food. We're not even hungry sometimes, and we're just eating. So the premise of this book is our hormonal cycle based on our menstrual cycle. having a fasting schedule that coincides with that. And it's not easy. It is not easy. And I'm probably going to make a video about my journey with fibroids, because it has been a journey and I'm still on that journey. But fasting has definitely helped me to recenter myself. And it's not just good for your body, it's good for your mind. You know, again, we're just so clouded. There are so many things that are coming at us, so much stimulus coming at us, that we really don't have the means or the stamina really to listen to our internal voice. And that's because it's just clouded with so many distractions, really. But fasting is one of those things that really does help us to listen to ourselves. So obviously, if you are a woman, this is Fasting Like a Girl. We are on a cycle at 28, 26, 27, depending on your cycle period. But consult your doctor. Don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. Don't just start a diet that it's just a fad. Research, talk to your doctor, make sure everything is working well, and incorporate fasting, because it will change your life. So the last book, and I'm sorry it looks like this. I thought I had another copy of this book. I know that I have another copy of this book. I just don't know where it is. I have absolutely no idea. This is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Look at how sad this is. This is so sad. My dog did this. This is the copy that this is actually a replacement copy of the initial copy that I had, because that copy got destroyed. You know, I've never been a good dog parent. Cats are my jam. I want to get better at training dogs, but I really don't have the patience for it. And you got to know what you can and will not do. But hopefully it'll be different in the future. So anyway, A New Earth. This right here, if you take this and really absorb what Eckhart is saying to us, it is guaranteed to change your life. These are not just words on a page. These are principles to live by. And that is one of my goals in life, is to lead a spiritual life, to view everything as a spiritual practice. And again, we can just flip randomly. Let me just flip randomly. And let's see. Although the body is very intelligent, it cannot tell the difference between an actual situation and a thought. It reacts to every thought as if it were reality. It doesn't know if it was just a thought. To the body, a worrisome, fearful thought means I am in danger, and it responds accordingly, even though you might be lying in a warm and comfortable bed at night. The heart beats faster, muscles contract, breathing becomes rapid. I mean, just that alone has the capacity to change your life. You know, our anatomy is still based on our ancestors of 100 years ago, of 10,000 years ago. And they could not even fathom the world that we live in right now. It's so inconceivable. We are really living in the future, especially when it comes to AI. But we make these situations out to be so much bigger than they are. It's literally like a tiger is chasing us, but it is not. But in our body, it feels that way. So we have the same physiological reactions that we would if that tiger were actually chasing us. So A New Earth talks about how we are all here. We're not here to be happy. We are here to become more conscious. And that is how you make a new earth, is by becoming more conscious. What does that mean? It means becoming more aware of your thoughts, aware of your behavior, aware of your actions. You're not just doing things out of habit. You're actually taking the time to think and sit and be quiet and reflect and say, could I have done that better? What's another way I could have gone about that? Do I owe someone an apology? And if you do that and act as if that is the first day of the rest of your life, because it is. Today is the youngest you are ever going to be. Today is the oldest you are ever going to be. It's cliche, but tomorrow is not promised to us, and we live our legacy every single day. And one of my favorite quotes is by, oh my goodness, I think it's Alice Walker who said, oh no, it was Maya Angelou who said, you may not remember my name, but you will remember how I made you feel. That is your legacy. That is your legacy. And we get to decide what that legacy is every single day. And the responsibility of it is daunting, but we are here to make mistakes. We're not here to be perfect. And we're here to have an abundance of options and choices and moments to choose who we are going to be. What do you choose? Because it's your choice. And there are plenty of people out there, if you are not paying attention, if you are not making that decision yourself, are happy to make that decision for you. And they're becoming billionaires off of it. So it's your choice. I hope that you will think about incorporating reading into your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly practice. Even if it's just one book a month, one or 3 books a year. Pick the right books, pick books that speak to you, and really go into them with the intention of, this has the power to change my life, because it does. It absolutely does. My name is Miss Carol. Thank you so much. Please watch the next video that's on the screen, and I will see you next time.